High five for chemistry students. Let's continue our problem solving with molarity. Those types of problems kind of vary because in some situations you may be asked to solve for something else other than just molarity. So in these type of problems that I'm going to give an example of today, what we're looking at is solving for mass when molarity is given. So let's take a look. I've got a problem up here on the board. It reads, what would the mass of ammonium sulfate be or is needed to produce a 2 molar solution when dissolved in 300 milliliters of water? Okay, so we have a couple of givens here. The molarity is given and the water is given, and we're going to need to find the mass eventually. But what we know about the equation is that molarity is moles per liter. So we need to find the number of moles first and then convert back to mass from there. Okay, so let's find the molar mass of ammonium sulfate first. Molar mass of ammonium sulfate. Now, ammonium is a polyatomic ion with a +1 charge, and sulfate is a polyatomic ion with a 2- charge. So we've got to have 2 of the +1 ammoniums to go with the 2- charge of the sulfate. But anyway, finding the molar mass of that, we've got to account for all of these. So there's 2 nitrogens. So we're going to go 2 times 14.01 grams. And then plus there's 8 hydrogens. So we've got 8 times 1.01 grams. And we've got 1 sulfur. And let's see, sulfur is 32.06. I might jump down here, plus, so I don't run off my page here. And then we have 4 oxygens. And so we're just going to take 4 times, I'm going to round oxygen's molar mass or mass, atomic mass up to 16. Anyway, adding all of that up, it comes out to be 132.16 grams. Okay, that's our molar mass for ammonium sulfate. Now, what's given in the problem here is the volume is given as 300 milliliters. So let's start there. We have 300.0 milliliters. To convert that to liters, 1 liter is 1,000 milliliters. And so then we have to divide by 1,000. So that's 0.30 liters. So that's what we're working with volume. We're in liters, and that's what we needed. And then our molarity that's given in the problem is 2.00 moles per liter. And so when we talk about our equation then for mass or for molarity, we know that molarity equals the number of moles per unit volume or liters. And so we need to determine the moles. So let's find the moles by taking the volume 0.30 liters times the molarity value 2.00 moles per liter. And you'll notice our liters will cancel here, our units will. And so 0.3 times 2 is 0.6, 0.6 moles. Okay, so that's how many moles we have. Now, let's then convert our moles to grams. So 0.6 moles of ammonium sulfate. And then what we know about that is that there is 132.16 grams of ammonium sulfate for every 1 mole of ammonium sulfate. Okay, so moles of ammonium sulfate cancel. We have to take 0.6 times 132.16, and that gives us 79.3 grams